It wasn't my dad I saw earlier. It was me. I saw myself conjuring the Patronus before. I knew I could do it this time because, well, I'd already done it. Does that make sense?
No! But I don't like flying! My father!
I'll be forever grateful for this. To both of you.
I want to go with you.
One day, perhaps. For some time, my life will be too unpredictable. And besides, you're meant to be here.
But you're innocent.
And you know it. And for now, that'll do.
Don't let me.
I expect you're tired of hearing this. But you look so like your father. Except your eyes. You have
My mother's eyes.
It's cruel that I got to spend so much time with James and Lily and you so little. But know this. The ones that love us never really leave us. And you can always find them. In here. You really are the brightest witch of your age.
Stand back, I said. All right, I'll take it upstairs if you don't settle. Harry! Wherever did you get it?
Can I have a go, Harry? After you, of course.
What are you talking about?
Quiet. Let the man through. Oh, I didn't mean to open it, Harry. It was badly wrapped, and they made me do it.
Did not. It's a firebolt. It's the fastest broom in the world. For me.
But who sent it?
No one knows.
This came with it.
Go on, Harry. Yeah, let's see.
How fast is it, Harry?
How fast is it going? I'll pay for it. I've just seen this too.
Hey there, Lego fans and Potterheads. I'm the lawyer in the Lego Shed, and this is the 41st in a series of videos I'll be making as I build my way through the magical world of Lego Harry Potter. I have been collecting the Harry Potter Lego line since it started back in 2001 with the release of the very first movie, and for this video series, I'll be building sets that have been part of the more recent waves of Harry Potter Lego, beginning in 2018 and stopping with the 2023 releases. The plan is to go in movie order, so without further ado, let's get started. Today we're going to be covering set number 76401, Hogwarts Courtyard, Sirius's Rescue. This set depicts the scene in Prisoner of Azkaban where Harry and Hermione help break Sirius Black out of the topmost cell of the Dark Tower. Sirius escapes by flying away on Buckbeak, also a fugitive, and off into the night. Released in 2022, this set has 345 pieces and a total of 3 minifigures, all of which are technically unique to this set. This exact same scene has actually been depicted once before in LEGO form. In 2004, LEGO released set number 4753, Sirius Black's Escape. This set also depicted a tower with a cell at the very top. The tower portion actually on that set could open up, revealing a small table on the inside, and it even had some fun, nice part usage with a recolored gray parrot element that stood in as some different gargoyles on the side of the tower. But in looking at today's set, let's start with the exterior. And you can see that on this one, there are just several kind of visually interesting elements on this particular set here. First, we got the plant growth that's on the outside of the courtyard portion here, kind of giving a little bit more depth and character to that area. And then we have some great, nice part usage here with, again, a recolored animal element, this time frogs, and they are this nice gold color here as a fun little external architectural element that they've included there. Then on to the tower portion itself, we can see that they've used some rounded elements here to kind of give a little bit more visual interest to otherwise very grid-like and very rectangular rest of the line. So it's nice to kind of get that little curvature and then offsetting the angle of the tower as a result. Turning to the interior here, we can see here that the theming of the kind of like overgrown growth continues on the inside of our courtyard portion. There's even some cute little benches there for folks to sit on if they're in that area. Then moving on to the tower, we have three main components. We have a nice iconic Harry Potter spiral staircase that moves us from the ground floor all the way up to a little chamber here that I'll tilt it so that we can see. It actually is a chamber that's dedicated to the moment when Harry receives the firebolt from Sirius. You can see there that the firebolt broom is sitting there along with a little feather from Buckbeak, which is very reminiscent of that moment in the movie at the very end where Harry gets the firebolt. Then up at the very top, we have a cell here, just like the one that Sirius is locked in at the top of the tower. Yeah, and then of course, last but not least, we've got Buckbeak here. He is entirely recolored in this set. He is white this time around, and otherwise he is identical. Even his printing looks like it's exactly the same. So yeah, I think that's it for the actual set component itself. So let's talk about what I loved. Overall, I felt like this was a great nod to the previous version of this set and very much felt like a love letter to the fans. I really enjoyed the original set itself, and like many of the redos that are part of these new waves, this one felt like an appropriate update and finally includes all of the relevant characters. In the original, we were actually missing Hermione, so it's nice to see her appear here. In particular, it was great to see some nice part usage in the recolored frogs here that was reminiscent of the gray parrots. It was nice to get a molded Buckbeak like we did in the original set, and also to see this spiral staircase appear again. I actually did a little research into this, and for those of you that don't know, the spiral staircase element was introduced for the 2001 Harry Potter wave, the original one, all the way back then. And in the 2018 and 2021 waves, only one set in each of those waves had a little spiral staircase element to it. In the 2018 wave, it was 75954, and in the 2021 wave, it was 76401, this set. And as I briefly mentioned before, I also really enjoyed that we did something different with the tower portion here. It's nice to be getting something on an angle so that it can kind of engage here and have a little bit more visual interest in an otherwise very rigid and grid-like wave. Things that I didn't love, I'm not really sure why we needed a recoloring of Buckbeak. The gray that we have from 75947 feels way more movie accurate. And where he's exactly the same mold, it just didn't feel like we've really done a whole lot. So to me, it felt like an odd choice here. I also really didn't care for this firebolt room. The scene itself happens at the very end of the movie and is in the Great Hall. It seems kind of odd to then completely offset it here and have it in a separate room. So for me, this kind of was reminiscent of a problem that we've seen in other portions of the line for this 2021 wave, that we have a designer issue of having space that ends up being rather empty or oddly used for what they're featuring in it. So didn't really love that decision. And then one other final component that I didn't really cover, there's this random little side build of a little barrel and some plant life and a piece of meat. I'm not sure what this is. I've watched that scene before, and I know that Hermione is taken, like she takes Buckbeak away while Harry and Sirius have their little moment. But this is an odd inclusion because I don't know who this is for or what it's for. I'm presuming it's for Buckbeak, but there's not really a way to incorporate it. It just seems to kind of sit here. So it seems like an odd inclusion for this. And I would have liked something a little more intentional when it comes to any kind of side build that they were doing. Now we can move on to our minifigs, though. So let's start with 2/3 of our golden trio. We've got Harry here, and he ends up being identical to the version that we have seen so far from this sequence, except for his face printing. You can see immediately he's got on this great, extremely happy face that he has to show how he appears while he's flying on Buckbeak, immediately after having cast Expecto Patronum to save himself and Sirius. So fun to see that expression for him, but otherwise he is identical. Then we've got Hermione here, and she also is identical to the versions that we've seen from this sequence already, except that she also has a slightly different face, one expressing her terror that she is flying on Buckbeak, so kind of fun to get a different expression for her. They've also got a reverse expression that I'm not sure that we've seen before, but it's her kind of gritting her teeth. Not quite sure what this is referencing. Maybe it's her using the Reduxo charm or spell in order to blast open the cell here. But either way, it's an interesting face to get as well. But the primary one being her fear of flying on Buckbeak. And then last but not least, we've got the version of Sirius Black. This is our third version that we've seen from this sequence. And this time we do get printing on both his torso and his legs. And true to the movie, this version is missing the outer coat that he's wearing in the earlier portion of the sequence when we're in the Shrieking Shack and other portions. So it's nice to get it here, fully movie accurate, just in the striped, I'm assuming the prisoner garb from Azkaban. So looks great, scene accurate, and really fun to have another version of Sirius there. My overall impression is that this set was a decent addition to this wave. It felt like a well-thought-out redo of the previous version of this set and appropriately updated the setting, and it included all of the essential elements that you needed to recreate the scene that it's referencing. And for me, that's it for 76401. If you're interested in following along on this journey, please feel free to follow the account. And if there's anything else that you think that I should be covering in these reviews, please feel free to drop a comment and let me know. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day.